Hello everyone and welcome to the ELA part of our lesson for today. Today we'll be talking about a vocabulary word live. We will be talking about what the setting is in a story, and we'll be segmenting some words at the end. So look at this word live. This is the word live. Can you think about that word and maybe tell about what you know about that word? Have you heard that word? Could you use that word in a sentence? Could you tell me about the word? Can you go ahead and pause the video and just think about the word live and give an example? You can talk to your daycare provider or your parents. So go ahead and pause the video and talk about that word. Okay, so live means to have a home in a certain place. So you can see the word live and it shows these animals. I think this is a donkey or a horse. That is not a wild animal. And so a donkey or a horse would probably live on a farm or live in a barn or live in the pasture. That would be a place for a donkey or horse to live. A bee is more of a wild animal. It's going to live in a beehive, maybe in a tree. So animals have certain homes and places they live, and so do people. People can live in houses and trailers, apartments. So live, it means to have a home in a certain place. We are going to read a story today called The Tale of the Three Little Pigs. And you're going to learn about where they live, and you're also going to learn about the setting. So when you're talking about the setting, you're talking about where the story takes place and when the story takes place. So it's a setting, the place or time of the story. So you think when it takes place and where it takes place. So we're going to find out today in our story. We're going to talk about the setting. So over here, there's some examples. This is the wilderness. So this would tell us where a story takes place. Where does it take place? In the wilderness, in the wild. You can also tell another clue. There's the sun. It can tell you when the story takes place. It looks like it would take place during the day because it's not dark. I don't see the moon or stars, so it looks like it would take place where? In the wilderness. When? During the day. Let's look at this one. It's a barn. So where would the story take place? In the barn, maybe even on a farm. What about this one? Treehouse. Where does it take place? In a treehouse, in a tall tree. And the last one, when does it take place? In the morning. It says sunrise. So the story would take place early in the morning, just as the sun is rising. So a setting is when the story takes place or where the story takes place. So I'm going to go ahead and read to you the story. It's called Three Little Pigs. The Tale of the Three Little Pigs. And you may have heard the story before. This is a little different. We can make some predictions about what you think might happen in the story. So remember, we're thinking about the word live. So if you think about pigs, what do you know about pigs and where they live? Go ahead and take a few minutes and make some predictions about what you think this story might be about. Okay, great. So one of the, I would think a pig might live on the farm. So live on a farm. Maybe another prediction would be, I know pigs like mud. Maybe they live in the mud. And let's make a third prediction. Maybe they live in a pig pen. Live in a pig pen. All right, let's go ahead. I'm going to begin reading. And as I'm reading, I want you to hear where the setting is. Where does the story take place? So I'm going to go ahead and start reading. And then at the end, I'll ask you a few questions. Once upon a time, there were three little pigs that lived at the edge of a deep, dark forest. A hungry wolf lived there too, and he loved to eat tasty little pigs for supper. Each pig decided to build a house, snug and safe from the hungry wolf. The first pig found a load of dry straw. He bundled the straw to make thick walls and a strong door, and soon he moved in. The second pig found long dry sticks in the forest for his house. He hammered the sticks together, tap, 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 and soon he moved in next door. The third pig found a truckload of strong red bricks. He stacked them and sealed them tightly to build a big, sturdy house with a wide front porch, and he moved in. The pigs lived happily for many months, but one dark night, out of the forest came the hungry wolf. He knocked lightly at the door of the straw house. He said in a sweet, soft voice, little pig, let me come in." But the pig said, "No, no, no, you can't come in, not by the hair of my chinny chin chin." The wolf stamped his foot. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," he said. So he huffed and puffed, and soon the little house tumbled down. Just in time, the little pig ran out the back door into his brother's stick house. The wolf ran after him. "Knock, knock, knock, knock. Little pigs, let me come in," he yelled. "No, no, no, you can't come in," the pigs cried. "Not by the hairs of our chinny chin chins." But the wolf said, "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down." So he huffed and he puffed until the little house tumbled down. This time, two frightened little pigs ran to the brick house. The hungry wolf ran after them. Bang, bang, bang. Little pigs, let me come in, or I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down." But the pigs had a big surprise for the wolf. "Go ahead and try," they said. So that big bad wolf huffed and puffed. He puffed and huffed, but the house would not fall down. You see, bricks are stronger than straw or sticks. Before long, the wolf got so tired from all his huffing and puffing that he fell sound asleep on the big front porch. The lucky little pigs tied him up and carried him to the far side of the forest where that mean old wolf was never seen again. And the three little pigs lived happily together in the big brick house on the edge of the forest. So at the beginning of the story, you heard me say that they lived at the edge of a deep, dark forest. And at the end, you also heard how the pigs lived happily together at the edge of the forest. So, where is the setting of the story? Is it on the farm? Or are they in the mud? Or are they in the pig pen? No, they lived at the edge of the forest. Yes, so that's the setting. So where's the setting? On the edge of the forest. Okay. What is the first house that the wolf comes to? Do you remember? Can you pause the video and go ahead and answer that question? Where was the first house the wolf went to? That's right. He went to the straw house. And why could the wolf blow down the stick house and the straw house? Why could he blow those houses down? Go ahead and pause the video and think about that. He could blow those houses down because they weren't very strong, because brick is stronger than sticks or straw. So the wolf could easily blow those two houses down.